Well, here we go. I got the, this is the big reveal. Of course, people been following and watching. I said I was going to get something else because I had sold my New Holland, the Workmaster 50. And this is what replaced it. It's a Kubota 7040 SU. This one is not new. I bought the New Holland new in 22, I think. Put 200 hours on it. It's a good tractor. Too many safeties. You couldn't, I got aggravated with it because it would, every time you'd get off the seat, the thing would cut off. That's putting the parking brake on, everything in neutral. It just aggravating. I mean, I get it, safety, but a lot of these safeties are added because people don't know what they're doing and don't really need to be on a tractor. They're dangerous, I get it, but aggravating nonetheless. Some differences in this tractor. This tractor's got Cat 2 hitch only. I have to put the sleeves in it if I'm going to run the Cat 1 stuff. The other tractor had the rotating, you could rotate the ball, and it had a Cat 1 side and a Cat 2 side, which was nice. I did like that. This got good stabilizers. The turnbuckle here for this adjustment is decent. I had them add a remote. I had them add the canopy, and I had them add third function. And I'll go to the front and I'll show I had them change this had a Euro latch on it. And I had them change it to Bobcat quick attach style, or add that plate up there for that. It looks like it still has the Euro latch stuff there if I want to go back, but I ain't going back to that. But it's got some pretty meaty tires on the front here. They're a lot bigger than what's supposed to be on it. Like I say, the New Holland is a good tractor, but it had a standard, you had to clutch it to shuttle to work, which I didn't mind that. I did not mind that. This tractor's got a hydraulic shuttle on it. I mean, I kind of like that, I guess. But like I say, this tractor's not new. This tractor has 150 hours on it. For what it's worth, I hope it works out good for me. I like Kubota. One of the big things I'm going to say about what you buy, and this goes a long ways, is your dealer. Now, Boone Tractor in Danville, Virginia, is where I bought my New Holland. If I had to give them a 1 to 10 rating, 10 being the best at Boone Tractor, now this is the Danville dealership, I would give them about a 6 maybe, and that's being extremely generous. I'll just go ahead and say what I had happen. The tractor was brand new. It was delivered. I think I might have had the tractor 2 days maybe, or a day, and I was moving it down in front of my shop, and one of the shift levers locked, and it was locked in gear. It was not locked. There was nothing apparently broken, but I could not get it out of gear, and it would not move, and it would crank, but it was like it was locked between gears. I don't know if anybody's ever had something that done that. I have, and I didn't want to keep fooling. I mean, it was brand new. I think it had like 3 hours on it. And I called Boone, and I said, hey, can y'all come get this? At that time, I still wasn't irate, but they said, no, it's on you to get it here. So I said, well, that's crazy. I raised enough cane. They finally come and got it and fixed it, and it was very simple. But, I mean, once again, I probably could have fixed it, but it was a brand new tractor. That's the principle of it. The New Holland had some cable linkage, and one of the cables had messed up and allowed it to stay somehow or another in between gears or something. They fixed it and brought it back the very next day. But I had to kick and scream a good bit more than I thought I ought to have to get something out of somebody when you'd spent the money I'd spent with them to get a brand new tractor. And I mean, no hours. I mean, it was like literally a day or two after I bought it. I'm like, well, you got to get it to us. And here's an interesting part of this story. I looked at Kubota and I looked at Deere before I bought the New Holland. And the Deere I looked at, they're made in India, and I ain't got no need for that. Because if you want to buy something from a third world country, I mean, you might as well buy that New Holland. But at least Japan makes good stuff. Now here's the deal. The salesman happened to be in the Deere place in the basement in the parts department at James River when I went in there to buy some parts for a mower. And he said, hey, did you ever get a tractor? And I explained to him the situation, and I said, well, I bet John Deere would have came and picked that tractor up. No problem, wouldn't he? He said, no dealership does that anymore. Well, apparently Kubota does, because that's specifically what I asked the Kubota dealership in Mount Airy. The salesman, I said, hey, I told him the problem I had. He looked at me and he said, no. He said, if this tractor breaks on you in the field, he said, we will come and try to fix it. He said, if we can't, we're going to bring you one to use until we get yours done. So that's what I liked. I said, that's standing behind your stuff. So for what it's worth, yeah, I'm just saying this, you better count on your dealer, because if you count on your equipment to work for you, some people ain't going to fix a lot of stuff on it. Now, I'll do some work on my stuff, but if it's brand new, the dealer's going to get it, especially if it's under warranty. Well, Deere said, nope, we don't come get it. Well, guess what? Kubota will. Now, that's James River, and that's Boone Tractor, Boone New Holland. They sell Massey Ferguson and New Holland. They claim they won't come pick nothing up. So if they bring you a brand new tractor, same thing with John Deere, James River. They bring you a brand new tractor and it takes a dump right there. It's on you to get it to them. You spend 50, 60 grand with them, well, guess what? You're going to have to figure out a way to get it to them. I think that's pretty sorry, if you ask me. But anyway, that's a 70-40. I like it. I've only run it I've had it 2 days now, and I've only run it around here just a little bit, driving it, and, just sort of kind of getting a feel for it. And so far, I like it a lot. I'm going to probably pull it up here. Yeah, we still got a little bit of snow left. This snow where it's shaded, over here on this side. But at 70-40, it'll still fit my 6-foot stuff. It's a 7-foot blade I got with all the remotes on it to angle it and everything. I like this blade. It really, you got a decent tractor. There's my grapple. But if you got a decent tractor with some power and 4-wheel drive like that one is, well, the New Holland would work this blade pretty good too. The only problem I had with the New Holland was running, it's apples to oranges on the power on these two tractors on the Kubota. So I'm not trying to do that. So whoever, in the comments, I'm going to get somebody who'll say, well, the Workmaster 50 was only 50 horsepower and this Kubota is a good bit bigger. Well, it is, and I ain't gonna say anything about that. The Kubota definitely gonna have more power, but it's also a lot bigger tractor too, and it's running. I don't know if you can get any scale on this, but that's the size tire that was on the New Holland on the back. That's a 28. That's a 13.6 28, and these are 16.9 30s. But my point about getting it the New Holland, it was running a shorter tire on the back as far as the height. So this 30 is, you're a little bit taller tire here. It wouldn't pick that blade up very high off the ground, even when you had it lifted all the way up. Now those hydraulic blades, the hitch is higher, so there you go. And the New Holland had a very good lift on it. It lifted, it had a high lift. It picked up higher than a lot of other tractors would, and it still wouldn't pick that up that high. So I'm hoping that it'll be better behind this tractor. So the other thing is here's one of the things I like about this Kubota. This Kubota, I'll bet you money when I get on here. All right, we'll turn the key. Yeah. Crank right up. Now the thing I'm getting at on that is the New Holland. If I'd have came down here, it had so many safeties on it that sometimes you'd sit down here for a while before you'd get it to crank. And I had took it back to Boone twice for the same issue. And it may not give you any problems for a couple of months. Of course, I didn't use the tractor every day. I used it mostly in hay. But what really got me was I was unrolling some hays. A fellow wanted some square bales, and I said, well, I sold out, but I had 15 round bales left. So I said, well, I'll roll these bales out, and I'll bale them up with a square baler here. And every time I got off the tractor, set one of them round bales down and strip it and unroll it, the tractor would go cut off. You set the parking brake, make sure everything's in neutral. You should be able to get off the seat and do whatever you need to do and get back on the tractor and it stay running. Now, sometimes it would. Sometimes it wouldn't. And sometimes it was a high-low stick. So basically you turn the switch to start and you wiggle a stick or something until you find the one that's holding you out. I told Boone that, and I don't know, the dealer just, I don't know. They just, anyway, the New Holland was a good tractor, but I'm hoping that this 7040 will hold up a lot better. This is what I wanted to start with, but I sacrificed and went with the New Holland because the New Holland at the time didn't have any emissions. And it was one of the first series to come out, no regen. So I said, well, I'm going to go with it. Plus, it was $12,000 cheaper. But when you sat on that tractor versus the Deere or the Kubota, ergonomically and the way it was laid out, you felt that. It was not a cheap tractor, but it was... I guess the creature comforts weren't there that are on this one, or the Deere. So I give it to the Deere. They were good tractors. Anyway, like and subscribe.